sovereign state of Accompong, representing Paramount Chief Richard Curry, also known as Papa Udward I, the full Maroon Council, and the indigenous people of Coptic country, as well as those people of African descent that have properly registered with the Accompong Maroons for legal protection. I will use this video to directly address our sister Queen Ifrica on behalf of the Accompong Maroons, as she has decided to use this medium of public communication to interact with her Maroon family during a critical time of legal unrest in Jamaica, whereby the Maroons must once again unite and use our intelligence to protect and secure the pre-existing rights that are divinely given from our sovereign, God Almighty, the creator of everything seen and unseen. Sister Ifrica, after much discussions with our elders, the Accompong Maroon people, and our head of state, Paramount Chief Richard Curry, we wish to remind you of a few historical facts you may have forgotten or misunderstood, as well as we wish to highlight the road of confusion you will continue to trod if you do not again check in with Source under the Kinder tree regarding the mission as you did in 2021. That mystical experience you had where you were invoked under the Kinder tree with an ancient spirit speaking from the underworld. You remember, and we also remember you removing the Kinder sign from the tree, clutching it tightly as if it was a newborn baby, repeating loudly on your knees for Accompong and the reincarnated spirit in Chief Richard Curry to remember the others who were left behind in slavery. We understand very well, sister, the ancient mission. We are the living testament of that manifested freedom that existed before the attempt of the Spanish Inquisition and the British attempt to enslave the free Negroes, known today internationally as the Jamaican Maroons. We wish to remind you of a critical legal point of reference regarding the Agreement of Freedom in Jamaica that was secured in 1738. Everyone has the right to free will, to choose which government they think best for themselves to subject to. After the ancient wars and the Treaty of Peace and Friendship identified that there should only be two governments installed on the island of Jamaica, namely the Maroon government and the British-led government. Article 2 of the 1738 treaty makes it expressly clear that people who were considered slaves or rebels by the British had the choice to decide which government they would subject to, meaning they could go back to the plantations and be forgiven by their masters for running away to the Maroons, or stay with the Accompong Maroons as a free Negro and be bound by the terms of the treaty agreement. So Queen Ifrica, what does that mean today? It means freedom was already secured for our people, and therefore it is now the responsibility of every natural person on the island who does not wish to subject themselves to a foreign power or be under a new system that is being rushed and pushed on them with no transparency to declare and proclaim their Maroon identity and register with Accompong Town to properly be protected under our ratified constitution for the sovereign state of Accompong. Why is this individual act important? Well, it's because of the same instructions you get in an airplane before the plane takes off during safety checks. They advise in the event of a plane going down, you must always put on your mask first so you can help others. So Sister Ifrica, it is important for you to remember Accompong is touched with wisdom from another source, and therefore we execute from experience, from knowledge passed down to the youth, from many elders who had their mask on during the fall of British colonialism in Jamaica. This is chess, not checkers, and therefore our request to sit at the table with the current Andrew Hollis-led administration to discuss the direction of the political system in Jamaica is within our legal authority, because we are landowners here on the island of Jamaica. Not tenants, not serfs, not holders, not mortgagers, but landowners with superior title claim to the fee simple interest to a vast estate in Jamaica that exceeds the British Crown's claim to lands known as Crown lands. Your public request for Accompong and Paramount Chief Richard Curry to come forward and speak on behalf of all Jamaicans to protect them from what you are framing as a corrupt and tyrannical government that is moving towards a one-world order is not within the legal protocol of diplomacy. It's interesting though, Sister Ifrica, that you are the very one in 2019, along with other musicians that visited Jamaica House with the Andrew Holness-led administration to discuss mining in Cockpit country. It was hard not to notice from pictures how very close you seemed with the Jamaican government at that time. Unfortunately, you made no attempt to explain to the Accompong Maroons the purpose of that visit and the conversations regarding Cockpit country. The Accompong Maroons are actually confused. Who gave you the authority to try and speak on behalf of us regarding a matter of sacred land secured under a blood covenant? Yet, here you are today speaking out against the same government you were once in private dialogues with, while speaking to the Accompong Maroons on a public social media platform. Do the Accompong Maroons not deserve the same respect, sister, that you have shown to the government of Jamaica, who you are now trying to warn people about? The confusion must stop, sister. You are advised to return home and come back to source. Understand the lay of the Maroon land and authority again, and then go back to the four corners of the earth with the correct information. Paramount Chief Richard Curry needs not to speak to Miss Gloria Sims regarding her settling unrest in Jamaica. If Miss Gloria Sims believes she is well qualified and has the authority to do so, then she must act divinely as instructed. Miss Gloria Sims and the Yamahe Council of Indigenous Leaders, which includes Colonel of Moortown, Acting Colonel of Charlestown, and the Colonel of Scotts Hall, Mr. Robert Pearman and others, are in direct partnership with the government of Jamaica, and that is without a doubt. This, sister, makes Accompong question what your message is and what the intention is. Soon, everyone will come to the correct consensus that the sovereign state of Accompong is the only indigenous jurisdiction that can protect their rights, and the Paramount Chief Richard Curry is the only duly elected and internationally recognized Maroon chief in Jamaica who can stand as a shield during these critical times. Therefore, sister, your message should be for Jamaicans to actively object to the constitutional reform outside of Maroon consultation and explain to the population the use of their free will to individually act and declare their rights as a Maroon who is in allegiance with Accompong. If not, then just as the treaty agreement allowed for freedom of choice, people can choose to remain on the plantation mindset as a house slave. Think from a place of wisdom and order, sister, not from a place of emotions and chaos. That is what got many of our previous messengers and leaders killed. Peace be upon you, Sister Ifrica, and we trust we will see you soon under the Kinder tree. Ashe.